What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. This should be the proverbial can of worms episode inspired by this video I did earlier this week, where I really wanted to kind of be like, hey, everyone is hoping, it seems, for the demise of Marvel Legends, at least from Hasbro. They want some other companies to tackle Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, X-Men, the Avengers, Doctor Strange, Bishop, all of them. So we're definitely going to get into that. Of course, I gotta warm us up, get us going before we get into that. I know Lawson in the chat has been putting out several ideas. I will get to them very soon. Before I get started any further, let's talk about the VIP members. Everybody who's supporting this channel right now, really appreciate it. Lawson Wallace, Jamelin Parks, Jay Woods, Ryan Daly, James Green, Blake Tarpley, David Thanos, Badger Wolf Prime, Tom Finn 2018, Henry G, Lefty Two Lions, BK, John Morrissey, Robert Hayes, new members, MOC Turtle, and Nathan William. Welcome to the party. Thanks for hanging out with us and joining the VIP club. I've got some videos I'm working on that hopefully you guys will see very soon, exclusive to channel VIP members, some of which I'll open up release to the subscribers as well. But there are perks to membership. It does have its privileges. So let's see what's up with everybody here on the chat, because it has been jumping already. So let's see here. As always, Snake Eyes, howdy, partner. First, as always, how are we tonight? Lawson, I've bookmarked and saved most of them, so I will get to them. But what up, Lawson? How are you on this fine Thursday? One more day to go for the weekend, and I can't wait till the end of the work day tomorrow, because I can do some fun. I'm sure you all, a lot of you all, got the same thing that I got this week. This big, massive box that I don't have space for right here behind me, but the Dragonfly has landed. I can't wait to open it up. I will be doing an unboxing video where you can see me act like it's December 25th and I am 10 years old all over again. So I cannot wait. I have been excited, hyped up, seeing all these videos, all these shots of the Dragonfly. I'm kind of wondering if I just want to go around in the backyard and fly around and who cares if the neighbors see? I am excited about this thing and can't even wait to figure out how I'm going to shoot these photos, take the videos. I know Wild Bill is joining the party, and that just leaves us with Ace for the 1983 team, and it's almost done. So do we start our campaign for HasLab 2026, the Sky Striker? What are we hoping for? Do we want to see that? It's next up with we got the Rattler, so we should get another Joe vehicle. Do we want to see a C vehicle? Which I kind of hope we do. I know some people are like, no more HasLabs, I'm running out of space. And then, of course, well, except for Hydrofoil, and then maybe a Havoc, and then maybe the Whale. There's so many more things, and it's that line is still got so much more to go. So many vehicles untouched. It's just like, bring them on. I really am thinking I'm going to have to rearrange my whole figure room, reconfigure it to give G.I. Joe greater priority and greater display. I'm going to have to shift up how I have the wrestlers, because it's about to be a G.I. Joe world, or at least a G.I. Joe Classified Series room, and I'm just living in it, literally. All right, let's see what's up with everybody here in the chat. Blake said, well, I think that's the show. Lawson has apparently said it all. Good night, folks. That's all, folks. Let's see here. Lawson says, I've been happier with Legends than I've been in some times, but they still need to up their game more. This is true. Then Doom, evening, my fellow Figure Files crew, into my main man 100 grand, Jeffrey, what it is and what it was. Excuse me, what it was a really good Sunday for my Niners. I don't care about all the, they didn't win by style points. I don't care. A W is a W. I don't care if we win every game for the rest of this season, including the Super Bowl, by an imaginary fraction of a point. I just want to win. So I'm good. And we locked up Demo. Very excited about that. So been a good week so far. And there are lots of stuff coming on the figure front, as always. Brent Dash is here. What's up, Thursday night crew? What's going on, Brent? How are you? Omega 579's here. Hey, hey, hey. What's happening? What's up, Omega? Royalty is here. King Collector. The King is in the building. What's up, y'all? What's up, King? Kaboom! Jamlin Park just stepped in the room. And he didn't even bring the S double 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 UUV. What's happening, y'all? What's up, Jamlin? You tell us. Lawson. I'm excited that we're going to get Rom. I'd be even more excited, though, if we get a new Yellow Jacket. Don't think Yellow Jacket is in the cards, though, or we'd already gotten him. I cannot imagine a scenario because he was one that they released early on. And we've seen they have hit up a lot of those old first edition Hasbro Marvel Legend figures with far superior versions. Yellow Jacket is definitely a figure. He looks so out of place. They're Toy Biz figures that look better than Yellow Jacket. And he's got the worst knees. They just look so bad. And really do like that rig that they set up. That if they could still implement that onto the new figure would still hold up. It was made of a really nice soft plastic, so it works. And I don't have to worry about it chipping, breaking, really solid. And I just need to overhaul everything else. But I believe they will get it done. We're gonna see Yellow Jacket, not this year, hopefully 2025. Doomsday for Marvel Legends, according to some people. G Brew, what's up, gents? What up to you too? I don't know why I insert words and letters in there. How are you, G Brew? David Thanos, what's up, y'all? What's up, David? How are you? Vin Doom says, on your way in, hit that like button. And if you forgot, hit that like button on your way out. Either way is fine with me. Thank you, Vin Doom. Jamelin says, Lawson, I disagree. Why do you think we'd already have him? I could totally see them doing him at any time. Do I think he's long overdue? Absolutely. Yeah, because I'm kind of looking at the Avengers. I wrote down a list. I do that throughout the day. How many more key pivotal Avengers do we need? I think Yellow Jackets, gosh, at this point, top 3, top 5 for sure. I mean, we're starting to get to a point where, okay, we need a different version of Thor, a different look for Scarlet Witch with that original like ridiculous box crown she had. That was a Kirby style. You did that with Black Bolt and did it with Scarlet Witch. So we got them, but I feel like there's not a lot of standalone Avengers who need figures. And Yellow Jacket is kind of a variant of Hank Pym anyway. So yeah, we need Yellow Jacket. Swordsman, I think, is one of those 5. Mantis is another one. Classic Falcon, but again, we've already got one of him. So I mean, we're in those threads of variations. Dr. Druid, Triathlon, in terms of characters that we don't have figures for. And I think Swordsman we really need because he's a villain too. So anyway, hopefully we will see Yellow Jacket. Lawson says, well, it just makes sense to put him out with Giant Man's release. And he wasn't mentioned for the first part of the year. But I think that's why we haven't seen him, because it's all about a Hank Pym early edition party. We got that really great Ant-Man figure. That is one of the best ones they've released in the last 5 years. We got the regular size Giant Man, another really good figure. I can't imagine him not being on my top 10 list along with Wasp. And then we got Giant Man, the HasLab version. So it's all about that era of Hank. We got the jumpsuit version. Everybody, let's jump. I can't imagine we wouldn't see Yellow Jacket at some point, but maybe they're like, all right, let's ease up on the Hank love. We still have Goliath figures to do. So, I mean, if we don't get a Goliath in this made to order format, the non-HasLab version, I don't know what they're doing. And Goliath is a really easy, simple one because it's a blank buck, basically. and they can do a quick and dirty repaint. Repaint to give us the Masters of Evil Goliath. So, yeah, we're going to see more of him. John Morrissey's here. Woohoo! Happy to be spending Thor's Day with my fellow figure fanatics. 21 waiting, only 4 likes. We can do better than that, gang. Well, it's doing pretty good now. Got good numbers, which I appreciate. Thank you. Appreciate you guys watching every Thursday. It's cool. Blake says, I think the Marvel Legends team announced last year we're getting a yellow jacket. I'm going to have to go back through my old videos when displaying model behavior and rectangular were releasing those updated lists, because I feel like yellow jacket might have been mentioned in there too. There you go. Jalen and I are on the same page. A company like that probably wants to space out characters like that, what they view as dependable future sales. Absolutely. Ryan Daly's here. What up, guys? David says, welcome to the club, fellas. The VIP crew. Ryan says, I still haven't unboxed Giant Man waiting for the eyes, but that Dragonfly sure is pretty. Yeehaw! Says, wow, Bill. Giant Man is really fun. I mean, the eyes, it's like cool when we get them. That's going to be awesome. But he is a really, really just, I can't believe I got this figure in my collection kind of figure. Really fun. Really, really dig him. King Collector. Yeah, when I saw your video, that was the first time I heard that people were rooting for Hasbro to lose Marvel Legends. It's a little bit interesting. We're going to break it down and talk about it more, because I was frantically trying to catch up with the comments, because I really do still try to respond to everyone's comments. And he was like, man, I think we all still need to have a little bit more of a cathartic release on this. Let's talk about it on a live. Snow Glare, happy Christmas. Don't fast forward the rest of my year. I've still got Thanksgiving break. I've got Black Friday sales. I've got Pulse premium sales to get to before Christmas, but we will get there. Have Dragonfly take down Giant Man. Whatever. Giant Man's gonna be holding your Dragonfly, right? Rhino 4563, Joe headquarters. Yes. I mean, they've been kind of teasing that, right? And that is absolutely something I would buy. It's set up at the top of the shelf, because why wouldn't you? But oh man. And that would be one, if you're a comic book head, we've got to get a general flag included in that. Maybe Scarface as a second tier. And of course, more patches. Awesome. Maurice, what's up, my man? Good time zone to you as well. King Collector. I need that Wild Bill figure. Hopefully I can catch someone who bought multiple Dragonflies. Yes, actually, I know someone who did that and was considering maybe selling some of those figures. So maybe it's an option for you. Jay Woods. Good evening, everyone. What's up, Jay? How are you tonight? Lost in my house will soon become a classified G.I. Joe igloo. And we don't even have Iceberg, Frostbite, Blizzard. Oh man, I really need some snow. And I don't know if I want snow just because, it looks so pretty from the window, checking out everything, and it's so nice, or just because I want to take my figures out and pose or play with them in the snow. You be the guest. You be the judge of which way I'm going to go with that. Blake forgot to say, hey, to you, Jeff. What's up, Blake? Happy Thursday. Roberts, Infinite Realms says, evening, Jeff. Got my Monster Force. That was your biggest grab. Good figures, but I didn't think I'll go too deep into the line. Too many repaints. From what I saw, they did look pretty cool. But yeah, the repaints, you got to get the use out of that mold. So I get it. But yeah, it's kind of cool. David Thanos says, if anybody has a spare Wild Bill, hit me up. I feel like with Wild Bill, he's a really tricky one, of course, but I think there's an avenue for them to release a solo Wild Bill in cartoon colors. Now, how soon we see him, we already, there's some precedent for getting a HasLab figure out in retro card with Cobra Commander, who he's going to be in my top 5. That figure is amazing. The chrome is just like, he's not seeing number 6. He is 5 or better. Great figure. But I think we could see something like that with Wild Bill. They put him up in the blue and the orange. Now, would people want that version or would they want the classic old school figure colors? I don't know. Which would you guys prefer? Lost it. Much love to Jeffrey and all you guys. I just want to type crazy in the chat. That's what it's there for. Marco Garcia. Hopefully, Yellow Jacket can include a tiny red wasp. Man, Marco. Wasp was another one when I was like, how many more Avengers do we need? Kind of like 15 more variations of Wasp. And the one we got in that 2-pack with Giant Man is a great base. I guess at some points when she doesn't have a skirt piece, we can just use a regular female figure. But yeah, I need so many more Wasp figures, and it's wild. Excuse me. Henry G. Hey, Jeff, Figure Files fam. Happy Thursday to you too, Henry G. The Rock is here. Austin, you guys are giving me Yellow Jacket hope or Yellow Jacket fever. Rick Cage is here. What's cracking, Captain? What's going on, man? How are you? Vin Doom. Jeff, glad for your Niners. Please pray for me and my Jets. Yeah. Old Rodgers is like, he's having a mutiny over there, isn't he? G Brew. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sick again. Came home from work, bathed, and went to sleep until 20 minutes ago. Well, welcome to the party. I hope you're feeling better. The bath when you're sick feels so good. I just kind of sit in there and read some comic books and just let the vapors, call the vapors, just kind of wash over me. It's nice. Good feeling when you're sick. But hopefully you got some nice remedies, some good chicken noodle soup or whatever libations work for you. Blake says, am I going crazy, Jeff? I thought that after Giant Man launched, people online crumbles about no unlocked figures, and so later the team showed Wasp and announced the name only Yellow Jacket. I am going to need to go back because I feel like they mentioned or said, yeah, Yellow Jacket is going to come. I don't know if they actually did it in like an official video or just from talking to people. What would that have been? I guess San Diego Comic-Con? Or was it New York Comic Con? I feel like they kind of at least mentioned we're going to get Yellow Jacket. I don't think you're crazy. Lost and Swordsman would be very cool to have. Yeah, I mean, and then I feel like we've got a litany of 2-packs in rectangular displaying model behavior. They got a lot of those figures from the leak list, right? But there were a lot of 2-pack characters that they did not mention. I think Swordsman and Manus makes for a very easy 2-pack, whether we get it from Amazon, Entertainment Earth, we've got Toy Store. I guess they don't really do too many exclusives, or just Hasbro Pulse, because there are so many 2-packs where they could knock out teams, complete a few. They could do New Warriors with the 3-pack, get Silhouette, a real Marvel boy, and Namorita, call it a day for them. I would still want to improve Speedball and Nova in different colors as opposed to that gold, maybe make it yellow. And then a red. I know they've done that version as a exclusive, but like one for the masses. And I think some people want another Enchantress. We could get her and Swordsman, her and Scourge in a 2-pack. 2-packs I think are really valuable going forward for next year, beyond hopefully. So we'll see. I think they're really close to knocking out more essential characters. And Yellow Jacket, of course, to get paired with another Wasp figure with no problem. Ryan says, I love classic Moondragon, but I'm not optimistic we'll see that anytime soon. Yeah, it's weird because it's like she's wearing a complicated bikini. I don't know. I feel like that's where they could use Pulse better because you don't have to worry about mom and dad going, whoa, what is this? I can't bring this home. I mean, these $25 figures. I don't feel like there are too many. Because I don't know about y'all. When I go to the stores, I don't see a lot of under 10-year-olds going, hey, look, mom, it's insert Marvel Legends character name here, whether it's Iron Man, Count Nefaria, anybody. I mean, I just don't see that. I see more people like me, and I'm like, hey, don't get that figure I want. Still working my way down the aisles, but I don't really see a lot of kids. So I would love Moondragon to get made, put her with my new Defenders, give her a little headband. But yeah, I hope so. I'm kind of like you. It's like, geez, she should be an easy one. I guess I was looking back over when I opened up my Goblin Queen figure and looking at the HasLab version we were gonna get, where they had a little bit more clothing than her outfit needed. But I kind of feel like if we got Moondragon through Pulse, they could make that figure that way. So we'll see. I hope so. Jay was Jeff. We could use Jack of Hearts in our Avengers display too. Absolutely. Um, and then a more modern Scott Lang to go with my Jeff Johns Avengers, which I definitely want to complete as well. Then doing with if McFarlane can do an Alfred for DC, then Legends can give us Jarvis. Yes, I said it, a Jarvis. I wanted to see Jarvis as a tier in the Giant Man setup. I mean, I was like, yo, this is a perfect opportunity. A dude with a suit, and who's going to complain who's getting the Giant Man HasLab anyway about getting a free Jarvis figure? I mean, that was an easy one. I was like, dude, we didn't get him. I had so many grand ideas for the tier figures. And I really feel like for Giant Man, that Wasp we got, maybe even the regular size Giant Man, a Jarvis in Ultron 1 would have been really fun tiers to throw in there for us. I mean, it's not patches. I'm gonna stop messing with that patches, but I thought they could have worked. And I think people wouldn't have been upset about paying more, like if it was 250 or whatever. Like it's a little bit more than that, but I don't know. I'm still holding out hope for Jarvis. Although I will say he's one that's kind of easy to customize, just wears a ball dude. But Mattel actually gave us an Alfred too. So we got several versions of Alfred and DC Direct. We got a lot of his figures out there. Right. My kid really likes the Ionic Energy Wonder Man, so I guess I like that one. And that would be a cool one for the Busick Perez era version too. I would like to see it kind of. I don't really know how they execute that. Maybe have like some trails of the energy coming up. I think that could be a really cool figure and a really neat look for him. I like to see it. Maybe the 2-pack with the Gypsy version of Scarlet Witch. We can all get what we want. Joseph and Bill Foster, please. Yeah, Rick Cage. I mean, we got to get Black Goliath in there too. We gotta get Atlas. There's a few too many giants we need. I need the Clint Barton Goliath too. I mean, there's so many. Method to Madness. What's good, Jeffrey, and the rest of the figure fam? What's up, MTM? MTM. I just got off work and I'm currently hitting up Ross and Ollie's on my way home. Tons of loyal subjects, Ninja Turtles out on the tables in Ross. You know what's serious at Ross when they got the tables out? We're just like, all right, let's see. Anything good yet? I've been reading that people are finding the Tiger Force Dusty, and that figure had a better head sculpt. And yes, I could paint it, but for Ross price, I will get that Tiger Force Dusty and use it for my regular one. And I've seen some customs of Dusty kind of lower that giraffe neck he's got. Looks a little bit better. And the face paint, which I really like with my old school vintage Dusty figure, looks a lot better on the Tiger Force version. So I am hoping to find that one. I know people are finding Grunt there as well. I don't really need another Grunt. But now that I've got my retro Cobra Commander, got a Destro, I don't think I would be totally upset about getting another Grunt and using that to make Colonel Hawk until we get an official one from Hasbro. But of course, I need the full-on crew cut look. I can't just slap on the General Hawk head sculpt because he's got the distinguished gray and he looks older. I need the Colonel Hawk with a straight up Philly. I want that, the whole high top deal. I want that so I can reenact cover issue number 16. Finish Bob. Vintage is in the house. Although I did get here late. It's all good. Ryan says, I'm keeping Wild Bill, but I will be selling Night Force Ripcord and Crazy Legs. I'm very curious to see how that works out for you. Because I've been seeing pictures. Ripcord looks really cool. Crazy Legs is missing his cool colors. Lawson says, I think I have over 140 classified figures at this point. Not every single one, but most of them. Things are out of control. From the moment we got the Black Series figures from Star Wars, I said, this would be really cool to get G.I. Joe in this format too. And I don't feel like they've disappointed us. So when I'm army building and I'm just like, here's more, I'm like, I don't care because it's so much fun putting these figures together, one, and then two, just actually being able to do it. Where it's like one of those deals where I hoped we could get those figures and actually having them in hand is like, this is so amazing. I'm not sure if everybody saw this, so I just want to show my really fun. I had a lot of fun shooting Cobra Commander, and so I took a lot of pictures with my. Here's like a very brief. Here's a member of every version of the Cobra Army, and it was fun to do that. So I got that. Got my Techno Viper, Alley Viper, Range Viper, Snow Serpent, Televiper, Telefriend, Eel, Viper, Cobra Trooper, Crimson Guard, standing at attention for Dear Cobra Commander. And that was fun. That I got to do this kind of cool one where it's like just the masses of Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. And then I got to get my high command, the high table of Cobra, and this is the whole deal. And I was like, dude, I've got Cobra here. I really need them to redo Retro Destro, make him taller because I feel like he should not be like around the same height as everybody else. I want Destro to stand a little bit taller, but this was fun. Actually, having these figures in this scale is so cool, and I'm nowhere near done. I want the armored Cobra Commander, and I'll slap on a Crimson Guard head, call him Fred. It's great, and yeah, I don't know if things are out of control, Austin, but I'm having a blast with them. You be playing. Jeffrey, I'm a little late, but glad to catch you, good sir. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well on this Thursday. I am doing amazing. I'm hanging out with you all. Lawson, we'll go to Retro Wild Bill and non-Night Force versions of the others too. Yeah, I mean, for sure with Ripcord and Crazy Legs, because those figures are like kind of tossing bonuses as opposed to the versions we actually want. It's kind of cool having Airborne now, though, right? They need to release all those HasLab figures on Retro Card. Which ones? Ripcord, Crazy Legs, Land of the Good Witch. G Bruce says, I quite like the 4 Monster Force figures I have. Dracula is hands down my favorite. They look like really fun figures. Vintage Bob says, I'd be thrilled even more if a Yellow Jacket included a tiny size Yellow Jacket. You know, the thing with those is like they're just gonna be in place like this. So you don't really get the benefit of having like a articulated tiny Yellow Jacket or Wasp. And the one that we got from Toy Biz way back in the day was awesome. He's got a little charging pose and he can plug into the back, even in some Hasbro figures now. Yeah, I want that white and blue design too from the Taskmaster's first appearance. Exactly. DJ Jedi, what's up? LFF Famila. Famalam. There we go. Let me say it right. I'm going to save that, Nick Fury, for later on, but I wanted to make sure you knew. I did see it, and I'm saving it. And another one. Already got my Dragonfly. Laying the hate on the hiss. Nice. Do you have one hiss or two? That was one where I was like, oh man, if I only had the resources, 2 or 3 hiss tanks would have been great. What's the max on those? 5? Laura A says, I don't know how many classified figures I got since I got a bunch of duplicates during big discounts and or in lots bought on eBay, but I know I have more Joes as an adult than as a kid. Isn't that wild, right? Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably the case with me too. It might be neck and neck right now, but like by the end of the year, it's probably gonna be like, well, slight advantage to 2024 Jeff versus little kid Jeff. An Executioner Enchantress set would rock. Absolutely. So now, guys, I'm definitely talking about Figuarts. Don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. You be playing. I'm excited for the Slice and Dice 2-pack. Yes. What was the deal with that? I am so excited for the possibility of getting those two, and they will be joining my Cobra High Command because I really felt like these are the only ones who can potentially compete with the coolness of the G.I. Joe Ninja Force and Battle Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow teaming up. Let me see if I can put those images really fast of Slice and dice. The non-official versions, by the way. They look really cool just in that. No, okay. So we're gonna have to check that out later. But I was excited seeing those, even if they're rough prototypes. Look cool. The moon dragon we got has a weird chest shelf going on. Is that for lamp placement? Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they're so embarrassed to do that right. It's like Hercules is not, he didn't have a sunken in chest, which would be weird. Ditto for Namor or Damien Hellstrom. They don't have any problem making them how they look in the comic books. I just don't understand why it's like, oh, we gotta be bashful and shy. It's like, nah, it's cool. I mean, be accurate to the characters. Kitty Pryde shouldn't be walking around like Jessica Rabbit, but and Moondragon shouldn't either, but it shouldn't be a thing or the extreme of Surfboard either. And give us an executioner worthy of the size he was in Earth's Mightiest, the new Odin's. Oh man, that would be awesome. That dude was so, oh man. Woo, watching Earth's Mightiest Heroes again, thanks to you, Blake, is just like, this show is so amazing. Make this series back up. We got X-Men back. Let's get EMH in here too. Dark Six Soldier, Retro Card, Wild Bill. I gotta assume he's coming. Maurice Phillip. Speaking of new defenders, when did they do Cloud and which version? That's like a really good question. Would they do a 2-pack? I mean, I feel like Cloud is absolutely going to be a character who we won't see, but would be a really easy custom. But man, how ahead of their time was Cloud? I mean, that was like really good stuff. Anyway, I want to see Gargoyle. I feel like he is an essential Defenders character because he was around for a while with Doctor Strange in the original team. So I got to get him right after we get an updated, far superior to the original Hasbro version of Valkyrie. So those two, if I don't get any more Defender characters, those are the essential two I need, must have. Jalen says, would we all be interested in Jeff doing a series of videos discussing his favorite versions or looks of characters? Let me know. I still got to figure out how to work these polls in here. I was like, that would be fun to do. And of course, now I'm like, yeah, it's too late. Yeah, let me know, guys. Mr. Jones, where's my Marvel Legends Stegram? I mean, this is why people go, no, what somebody else had a license. You know how much longer that would take? I mean, Stegram might be a couple years away, but it would shift to never if another company got this license. Prime P. Oh man, I keep forgetting about these Thursday night videos. Late to the party as usual. There's no, I don't, none of handing out truancy slips. It's all good whenever y'all come, whether you're here for 5 minutes or the whole 2 hours and however long I keep talking. It's all good. Thank you for coming by. NPUT's reviews and customs. Hey everyone, what's going on? Gosh, I might need some more light in here for the shade, Lawson. Jarvis would probably come with bullet effects on a serving platter. Jeff, you could break it into teams of related characters. Maybe have a segment in there on your favorite version we have in figure form. Maybe even do your fave and least faves. So I am like midway through the video. The first one I'm doing exactly about what you're talking about. So, and it's a massive list of figures that I still need for it. It's taking longer than I thought, but I think once this first one goes down and whatever reception it gets, if people are like, it's trash, let's just get back to talking about their stuff. But if people do dig it, I think it'll be easier to do more. And I guess I'm kind of already working with the second one with my Earth's Mightiest Heroes checklist. We're working on it though. But hopefully it'll be really soon. Laurie, those loyal subjects re-releases of Mask include figs with better articulation. Those will likely be duplicates too. They also put Mask Venom figs in the BSTX. And oh boy, death to the credit card. Yes. Can we get a deluxe Madam Web? You know, I feel like she wouldn't be a bad character. I mean, they've really gone, I won't say the dregs, because there's so many Spider-Man characters I would still want. Straight up Flash Thompson, Robbie. I mean, we got Jay Jonah. We still need an Aunt May, which I can't believe we don't have a comic book version. We've got MCU, we've got cartoon. We just don't have a straight up old school prune face. Here's some wheat cakes, Petey. Hopefully soon. Yes, Executioner would fit on that Caliban buck too. Brian, Mattel gave us an awesome outfit. Yes, they did. It came with a comic version head, an Alan Napier head from the Batman TV show, and a Michael Gough head. Yeah, it was awesome. It was the absolute best of all the worlds. And they gave us the Outsider head sculpt too. So if you want to have a little bit of Forever Evil action, it was an amazing. It was just so cool. It's like, wow, what are you doing, Mattel? We've never seen this from you guys before, but that was absolutely a highlight figure. Olu, what's up? Skip Giant Man, but he does look fun. Yeah, he's very fun. Patrick P, what's up? Bobo says, sup, Jeffrey? What's up, Bobo? How are you? Dark Knight 297, what's good, Jeff? And the Figure Files fam. Did I miss much? So much. Don't worry, the replay is on all night long. Collected Disconnect. What's good, everyone? I just inserted that Cobra Commander slither on there. Jibber. Oh, Clint Barton. I'd love to get a fractionary Hawkeye 2-pack with Kate and Clint. Kate would need an all-new, smaller female buck with better articulation. Yeah, that original figure does have some issues on that. Oh, man, you did? Where did you get them on clearance from? From Ross? The camo on each is more accurate to the opposite body if you go by the vintage figures. Yeah. It's like, what are we doing? NPUT reviews and customs. I need a modern day color changing Flint in the green jumpsuit. After we get Ozone and Clean Sweep, yeah, I'm down for it. Mr. Jones. Now, if we can get some 6-inch visionaries. Jalen, I just saw a grunt at my local GameStop earlier tonight. What else did your GameStop happen to have? I had my eye and in hand the Joker from the DC Direct McFarlane Toys line. And the eyebrows were also slightly askew. And I was like, maybe I should have just gotten it anyway. Of course. Haven't seen them since. That'll learn me. Spider-Fan. Hey, everyone. What's up, Spider-Fan? Lawson, I really enjoy your Instagram figure photos, Jeffrey. Lots of fun. Thank you. I have a lot of fun. Just they're like the snippets, the teasers of the full-on reviews, which you can see over at LylesMovieFiles.com. Spider-Fan. Over the weekend, I found Deluxe Joe Fixit at Ollie's because stuff cheap. Cobra! This should be another poll. Who had the best Cobra yell in the cartoon? Off the top of my head, it's between Baroness and Major Blood because Major Blood made it sound crazy. Cobra! I was just getting for it. Oh, Cobra! Or Destro when he's really annoyed. Laura, I've seen a bunch of scrap irons at Ross, but not a single grunt or Dusty. Recently had a desire to get some background generic soldiers to cheer on Guile. I got an HM Jet from England a few months ago. That's pretty fun. Nice. So I guess there's some other lines that make generic soldiers though, right? Big Little Collectibles. What up, guys? What up? How are you? Mr. Jones. Yes, I desperately need battle armor Cobra Commander. That was my favorite version as a kid. Excuse me. Are you reading the current day Larry Hama, Real American Hero? Because the battle armor suit made a comeback. It was so great the way he incorporated it too. David Thanos. I love that Cobra Commander. What a shame we'll never get Hooded Coco. Not so fast. Star Wars Vintage Collection has a new Snow Trooper coming. Now, I'm going to need about 58 when they bring him into the Black Series again. But if we're getting that figure back in rotation with the Vintage Collection, there's hope again. And I don't know how many of you all did this, but I had a Snow Trooper and I painted him blue so I could have a Hooded Cobra Commander. And then I had them. It was like a Cobra vehicle, the Snow Speeder, because I just had Cobra running around in the Snow Speeder with my blue Cobra Commander in his hood. Michael Solis, it's Figure Files time. What I miss? everything, as Thanos said. Rick H. Well done, Sir Jeff. Exactly the goal of my army building. The rank and file down roll call. I did the same with Vader and the Imperial troops. Oh, that must have been fun. And send me a picture of how that turned out. King Collector. Classify should do a retro Zartan. And is there any news about getting the real version 2 Snake Eyes? Yeah, for real. That's the one. That's my one that I really need to see soon because I love that outfit. We're getting version 4, and they've done some really cool Snake Eyes figures, but that's the one I want. Question: do we want to see the lips Ray Park style, or just want it completely covered like it was normally? You be playing. Only got one hit. Gotta watch that wallet. Same. Yes, Olu. There was. Let me try it one more time here. There are like some pictures of Slice and Dice that were making their way online. That was so much easier. Why not just do search? So over on Toy News International, Jay posted these images of Slice and Dice. Rumored, of course, not official till we hear it from Hasbro, but looks like Slice and Dice to me. And I just thought they were so cool. Their figures look great. And in the comic book, they were written really well too, because Larry Hama actually cared about those two, as opposed to some other characters he wasn't invested in, but he really treated them well. So they look really cool. The mask, we got both versions. We got both versions. We got this one, we got the classic one, and it looks like we got all kinds of them, like a whole new different mask for Dice. And here you go. And it really, they look cool. So hopefully we'll actually see them soon, because those are probably some of the last few important Cobra leaders that I need. I do want Cesspool too, but yeah, we're getting close to having my entire Cobra High Command done, unless we get my dream figure from Classified at this point, a 2-pack of Quinn and Dr. Venom. The eel. Snowgler, yes. Bring on Retro Snake Eyes version 2. Yes. Brian P. Hasbro and Disney are scared. Yeah, it's like, keep them away. Blake, yeah, Jeff, we talk about it so much that I now watch Earth's Mightiest Heroes twice a year now. Dude, it is awesome. Like every other month at this rate. William, I hope the Mandarin comes in his 90s animated look. Well, Mandarin is rumored to show up next year. There's so many looks for him, though. We could get regular cartoon version. I was surprised we didn't see him in the Retro Iron Man series. Maybe we're getting a third one because they still don't make a Century figure. Maybe they do Hawkeye too. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of options, a lot of cool versions of Mandarin they could go with, and many that would not be offensive remotely. I want a classic costume Valkyrie figure. She was always a figure of mine. Same, Lawson. We need to have her. David Thanos. I wish I could have all the Joes I had as a kid. I want to say I had everything except the flag. Wow, you win. Too many other lines came into play as an adult. Man, that's pretty impressive. You must have had all the friends growing up. Really? That is crazy. I did not know that. Thank you. On a side note, the band that did the theme song for Earth's Mightiest Heroes, A World's About to End, is the same band that does the entrance theme for Cody Rhodes. Oh, nice. That's pretty fun. Thank you for the tidbit. You be playing. So far, one of each Classified HasLab for me. Really hoping they'll give us a Warthog. Yes, that would be really cool. Stun, and of course, a Sky Striker. Yeah, the Warthog, I'm right there with you. That would be really cool. Get a Sergeant Slaughter in that gear too. But yeah, that'd be a really worthwhile use of the HasLab format too. Randall G. Hey, Jeff, I was sitting at home and I heard a knock, and out of the blue, the Dragonfly was here. I didn't even notice, even know it was shipped. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That must have been a nice little knock on the door. The Nameless Void 53 says, yo, what's going on? King Collector, Slice and Dice mean nothing to me. I wish they would finish the real Joe before DIC. Airtight, Lifeline, Cross Country, etc. Should be out before these two. I mean, they weren't like before DIC. DIC just happened to keep the cartoon going. They might have been on that cartoon, but the second season under DIC was so bad. I just was like, I watched a handful of episodes and was like, oh, this is terrible. So I don't even know if they showed up. Anyway, I'm with you though. Airtight we need. Lifeline, yes. I mean, it would take a lot of characters for me to go, no, I don't want that one as a figure. I mean, there's room for everybody. I mean, they've done a little bit of modern, they've done a little bit of, old school classic. They've done a lot more of the original 13 than I thought, at least this early on. I'm really happy about that. Flash is coming too. Well, that theme song is ridiculously catchy. And I don't know about y'all, but every time I watch it, and we haven't gotten to the episodes where it goes, Avengers, assemble, I just say it in my head, sometimes out loud. I saw some videos where Shockwave is showing up at Ross. Oh, Classified Series Shockwave. Man, gotta get on that too. Jalen, I feel like the fact that the Bloodstorm figure looks how she does means they shouldn't have a problem doing right. Exactly. Randall G, the Jarvis from the Avengers covered with a vacuum cleaner telling the Avengers to stay out of the way. Yes, make that figure. Just like that. Michael Solis, I need an updated Loki. Wouldn't be upset with that either. Do we have an MCU Aunt May? You know what? You're right. It's an MCU. We don't have a Marissa Tomei. I guess we just have that cartoon version of her. Intimate Snob. What are you talking about? We do have a comic book Aunt May. We don't have an MCU at me. Wow. I don't know what happened there with the chat. It was just going wild on you. We're probably going to get a golden oldie Aunt May, though, before we get Gabriel the Airwalker. Well, I mean, in fairness, Aunt May is a bigger character than Gabriel. John Morrissey. I hope Hasbro keeps the Legends license until I'm old and gray. Oops, too late. Till I'm even older and grayer. Same. Can save that for Nameless Void for how they can fix Marvel Legends. Randall, I had that Mattel Alfred open and in box. Great figure. Mattel DC line was getting so good after the bumpy years after Classics ended. Yes. And it was like, yes, you're finally getting it. And it was like, boop. Clint Jorgensen. Many great people named Clint out there. Jalen, speaking of Aunt May, I don't really get many MCU figures, but where's Marissa Tomei figure? All right. I'm saving comments that y'all are saying about Marvel Legends, so I'm not ignoring them, just moving to save them. World Warrior, give me a Marvel Legends Deluxe Iceman with ice bridges and ice slides with cool ice effects, and I'll be happy, man. Yeah, there's all that talk about the Ultimate Marvel Legends figures. He is one for sure that needs it. He needs a deluxe, absolutely. Yes, okay, because I think what was he 13 then? John W. I'm definitely going to talk about that. I'll see here. Ben Doom, has anyone seen or received Jada Toys Cameo DJ yet? Nameless Void. Always been the action figure plug store for Marvel Legends and Black Series. I still can't find any G.I. Joes there. I'm trying to think if I've seen any. Yeah, I saw Sergeant Slaughter, but I haven't seen any of the recent ones. So yeah. Henry G, I picked up 2 his tanks and sold one. Kind of wish I would have kept both. Same thing with the Dragonfly. Very boring films. Slice and dice look sick. They do. All right, let's see. An Oxalis, and I always butcher this. I'm so sorry. I know we're all mainly comic collectors, but what would you think of getting a couple of waves from Marvel Rivals? I'd love to get a couple designs for those figures under the Gamerverse line. It's possible. I feel like they could do more with the Gamerverse line. Sell them exclusively to GameStop, because GameStop does carry Marvel Legends pretty well. Mr. Jones, I'm still mad we didn't get any of the Guardians of the Galaxy video game figures in the Game Reverse waves. Another good example. Luxor, really hope we can get a new White Tiger, Hector and Ava 2-pack. Yeah, that old White Tiger figure we have, she needs some work. DJ Jedi says if Hasbro can make Black Series Snowtroopers and 616 Baron Zemos, I see no excuse why Hooded Cobra Commander should be off the table. Exactly. GameStop didn't have a ton that I think you'd be looking for. The Joes are Shipwreck, Crimson Viper, Bazooka, Torpedo, and a few others. The one thing that got my eye was Hulkbuster. Oh, yeah. And then when you cash in with the, if you haven't used your $5 coupon, that helps a lot too. And you have solid sales too. I shouldn't say it like that. It's all good, Jamie. Big Troy's Collectibles. What up, everyone? Hopefully everyone is doing well. Doing good, Big Troy. How are you? Laura, looks like Tiger Force Dusty is just under 14 on Pulse right now. That's double Ross prices. Right. Because it's like, I should not buy a figure for $14 just for the head. But it's currently $10 on KDS WHS. Coupon code SAVE10 still works for 100 spent there. I bought stuff from there and solid work on there. And Mr. Joe's, they're going to be making Marvel Legends till we're 90. I can only hope. I can only hope I see 90. Michael Solis, I picked up that CC Wolverine. If it hurt, wow, $20 for that. That is a good deal. I also ordered the CT Wolverine. Laura A, that's classic. Maybe Marissa Tomei is in a different world. Ooh, and where it come from? We do need Uncle Ben too. He's so pivotal. No Ben, no Spider-Man. Crusher Hogan in the wrestling version of Spider-Man would be cool too. That Toy Biz version is really fun. I had that in my crowd for my wrestling figures. Olu, on the hunt for a nice RC card for my Joes. Any suggestions out there, gang? Henry G. I didn't buy extras on the HasLab with intention to sell, but every time they finally ship, so much other stuff is dropping. I need the cash to fund the pre-orders. Right. Because it's like all or nothing. I just want a Marvel Comics civilian with a pointing finger and a voice chip that says, he ain't human. Mr. Jones, I got my Slaughter, Zoran, and Dusty from Ollie's early in the year. Yeah, and I know some people were finding Stalker and the twins there. And Crimson Guardsman for $5. I was on a massive Ollie's hunt trying to find Crimson Guards for $5. Be an obnoxious collection of them. King Collector. Yeah, they definitely need to finish the original 13. Any news on them? Flash has been announced, name only, and so is Zap. So we're getting there. And of course, we got Retro Rock and Roll. Method of Madness. Could Hasbro redo that Hellcat figure with the gummy legs and 13 different shades of yellow? Maybe add an alternate Green Nelson head too? Yes, that'd be fun. I'd love for them to redo Shadow Cat. Yes. Juggernaut, build a figure wave and give us a better retro Iceman. Yes, yes, and yes, all that. Michael Soul has just left Ross. Marvel Legends is Star Wars. We're $12.99. Ross, what are you even doing? Well, which figures did they have? All right, cool. Great. Caught the chat. Now, really fast, because somehow it's already 9 o'clock. A lot of stuff is already dropping. Stuff that was like, you're couldn't hear already. First up, Entertainment Earth, my affiliate, has at least the Aquaman from the Total Justice Task Force. I know some other people have found this wave at Target or Walmart, one of the two already. That's crazy, but it shouldn't be that crazy to me because McFarlane, once he shows something, it's not that long before it's actually in hand. I'm still trying to find Lightning Lad, the Platinum Edition, so I can be disappointed with never having more Legion of Superhero figures from McFarlane Toys. But I got to get started with my boy Garth. But this is a really cool looking Aquaman if you're into that video game colored look and already there. And don't forget, they've got you spend $39, you get free shipping, and Entertainment Earth has a solid Black Friday sale going on right now. Some pretty decent deals on things. As always, I'm just going to filter out all of the 842 Funko Pops that are for sale. We've got some good deals already on Super 7 Ultimates. So if you've been waiting patiently on those, and they've got a pretty decent price on Odin. I know like Target had it for 37 at one point, and with coupons you get it for as low as like 26. So that was solid. They got this Fantastic Four, Marvel Legends, Wolverine, and Spider-Man pack, 35. This one, which I will be getting, really good price there. This one as well. I think that's the price that Amazon has that for, but again, that gives you free shipping right away. Got some of the Build-A-Figure Zabu Wave, $21.99, not super cheap, but it's a sale. I gotta get this Padme as well. And then the Silver Age DC Direct figures, we got Adam for $20.99. Not like crazy sale prices, but it's nice to see some discounts. And again, they're free shipping at such a relatively reasonable rate. You can get a lot of figures pretty quick. I think this is the absolute newest Andor figure, so kind of cool to see him already there for a cheaper price. So there you go, some options, some more stuff from them. The sports pick figures. This latest wave is up. This is just the full case of 6, so don't see that 180 price tag and go, what the heck? What is McFarlane smoking with these prices? That would be totally unreasonable for McFarlane Toys to charge $180 for one figure. Cue up this bad boy that we got the pictures for today. It's crazy. So I hated this movie, not interested in buying this set, but we have a Joker deluxe collector set, and it's basically a Tonight Show set. And I think McFarlane is thinking, hey, here you go. If you've ever wanted to have your Wonder Man invade the Tonight Show with the Avengers, we got you covered. Now, Johnny Carson, David Letterman. That's right. It was David Letterman. They didn't show up at Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. It was on David Letterman. Here you go. We've got the comfortable seat and no Paulie, no Ed McMahon. Hey-oh. But we got the chair. We've got, the desk. I'm like, okay, that's a decent deal. I mean, a decent set. Here's everything it comes with. Joker. We got some swappable face plates. McFarlane's been experimenting with that, having a good time. We've got the script. We've got Murray. So this is our very first Robert De Niro 6-7-inch figure. We got some alternate hands. Yay. We've got a mug. We've got a mic. We got a collectible art card. That's always appreciated. No mention on the backdrop. And $250. That's insane. It's crazy. And I don't know what all is coming with that, but that's too much. McFarlane, I think, has been, for the most part, pretty reasonable with the price points. I don't know what's going on with that set. It's crazy. So there you go. I know you guys were talking about it, asking me about it. That's wild. $250. Yes, $250. Wild. David Thanos, you could create that late night show Vince McMahon used to do. Tuesday Night Titans. You could do the Tonight Show with Jay Leno and have Eric Bischoff and Hogan. Can't rip the shirt. And Karl Malone and DDP come out there. Still need our Karl Malone. Hot Rod, Dennis Rodman. Let's see here. Yes, $250 American. Maurice says somebody should do a health check on the Todd Father. Yeah, I mean, he gave us a giant bat wing for cheaper than that. Yes. Max Williams. I'm imagining Arsenio Hall interviewing supervillains like he used to with wrestlers like Randy Savage. Oh yeah, we can have Hogan confessing he did use steroids. Jamelin, based on McFarlane's Batman 66 play sets and kind of averaging things out, this set should be $80 to $100. No more, no less. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. Maybe he autographed 18 of them or something. It's just a really wild price point. I think 80 is a fair price. Did the Joker 2 even make $250 at the box office? Hey-oh! Snake Eyes. I don't know what McFarlane's thinking, but that price is too high. And I wasn't even planning to get it. Toddy Mack on some ish. Yeah, Mr. Jones. Blake Hartley. Jerry Lawler versus Andy Kaufman, right? Or Hogan choking out Richard Belzer. Yeah, I mean, talk show set is pretty cool. It's not 250 cool. Big Little Collectibles. The only thing I pre-ordered from McFarlane, the Batman vs Superman figures, the armored Batman and the Wonder Woman are on the way. Nice. Still waiting on the Superman Doomsday 2-pack. Is it supposed to ship like at the same time? The rent and that Joker 2-pack are too dang high. Yes. Singles Day discounts are going on until the 18th. I don't remember it lasting that long years ago. Tell me more. G-Brew, I was so not a fan of Joker either. The worst. The worst. But yeah, Joker 2 kind of averaged things out for him. Let's talk Figuarts. Figuarts decided, hey, people have not been talking about our figures enough. And so they unveiled a slew of product and stuff. I'm like, oh, tell me more. I would like to know more. Press that button. We got a Goblet of Fire. Probably, well, until the last two. My favorite Harry Potter. This is one I was like, oh, I'm really digging this series. And I imagine we're going to see multiple head sculpts, but there's a really good one of Harry. And then we got Harry Potter. So we got to get Voldemort, cloth, soft goods, robe. That looks really nice. Really well done. But for me, it's these guys they showed off where I was like, uh-oh, somebody hold on to my wallet. Lord of the Rings, done by Figuarts. I have those Toy Biz figures. I think I mentioned this earlier. They look fine, but they have no articulation that's useful and worthwhile. These Figuart ones change everything. And I am very much into these figures, assuming they're not like $250 a piece. But yeah, I'm digging it. We got Legolas showing up, and it wasn't a case of stay tuned for hopes and dreams of other figures. Nah, we got some more. We got Aragorn, and we got Frodo. I think those feet need a little bit more hair, but these look solid. Articulation is good. I know people have been getting the Diamond Select ones. They look pretty decent. I just never got into them. These look more my speed. Now you'll note that Smeagol does not have any articulation, so I assume we're going to get a deluxe version of him later on. But I love that they all come with their capes too. Excuse me. Cloaks, not capes. And he's got Stinger. So yeah. And the last thing in terms of our breaking news, the Marvel Legends Secret Wars wave is at Target. And you can get Wolverine, Spider-Man, symbiote style, Captain America with a crazy grin, Titania, the only one I'm really looking for here. And the barcode is there. So if you want to take a screenshot, there you go. So yes, really cool stuff. We got a bunch coming that y'all can get, and now Secret Wars have landed too. And apparently they're street dated until Sunday, but if you can find them this week, you can get them for that sale price. I have struggled so hard to get this Phoenix figure, and I was up early in the morning one day, and it was like, you can pick up Phoenix right now. They're 4 in stock. You just have to go a little bit out of your way to get it. I said, right away, let's make that happen. And I was probably like, let's say 4 in the morning. By 10 o'clock, they're like, sorry, it's sold out. So I'm still on the hunt for Phoenix as she continues. This figure, I think, has been on sale the most for a figure that's never in stock, ever. So I'm hoping one day that Jean Grey figure and I will be together, and I'll have her in my collection because it's just crazy. No luck. And she keeps being on sale, which is driving me even more like, the frustration continues. The saga continues. So no luck on Phoenix. And just to me again, 26-24, she's somewhere, just not out here. Anyway, let's see what y'all say about those Figuarts figures. Little Collectibles, you are so not. Oh yeah. Gosh, I was like, why are so many people liking this movie? It's crazy. I mean, like what you like, but I was just like, I can't believe so many people love this thing. Superman Doomsday is shipping November 24th. Good luck. I've been waiting on my 3-pack of Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul from GameStop because it was originally supposed to be November 3rd. It's not now, and it's just still waiting. David Thanos, I hope it goes to Target so it could go to super clearance like the animated Batmobile did. Maybe so. Marquise Dena. Marquise Dena. What are your thoughts on NECA not fulfilling online orders or answering customer service emails? I don't know. I mean, it's never good to not answer your customer service, but I don't know about the online orders. What are they not fulfilling? Todd has to cover the Joaquin Phoenix and De Niro likeness costs. Yeah, good luck for that. Max, genuine question: would a licensing fee for using Robert De Niro's likeness be a factor in that crazy price? Probably, but it's probably better suited for them to, have to pay a lot up front for the likeness for something that makes more sense. Like, I would buy a Robert De Niro Heat figure. I'd buy a De Niro Godfather Part 2. Those I would buy. Goodfellas, Casino, not Joker though. I mean, Joker's one in terms of like, oh man, what a great Robert De Niro performance. Not high up on list. Mr. Jones says, I never got my replacement Bebop from NECA, and it's been a few years since they emailed me, so I don't even bother contacting them for stuff anymore. That's not great. The new Flash from McFarlane looks amazing, like the latest Green Lantern and Aquaman digital figures on the new Buck. Yeah, now I'm not sure if you saw, but it's got a little translucent deal with the legs, kind of getting that whole he's moving, not Ezra Miller style, like actual runner. So yeah, Michael, figure arts have been taking all my money lately. The quality has significantly increased since the last time I tried to collect it, which has been years. What was the last few you got? Because I was getting their Star Wars figures when the Black Series was going terrible with likenesses and articulation, and I've left, but yeah, they were solid. Maurice, those Lord of the Ring figures have dubious face sculpts. Snow yeah, they look iffy, and Gollum is a joke. Max Williams, when was the last time that a giant articulated figure, the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, was made? Gosh, it might have been that long ago. Also, Jeff, I saw Figuarts Melina from Elden Ring and Sam from, I don't know, this Honkai Star Rail and protagonist from Metaphor. Okay, cool. Are you going to get them? How much are you looking to pay for Jean Grey Phoenix? I will talk with you. It's that annoying thing that she's been on sale. I have gift cards. It's like, ha, I can get her for this. And I've got, well, thanks to my order problem with Target, I've got, they talk to customer service. They're like, for your inconvenience, here's a $10 gift card. So I want to get this figure at Target just so it'll be basically free at this point. But I'll talk with you. It totally sucks that they put all the out of stock on sale. Yes, it is so bad when they don't have stuff on the website. It's just a mess. Singles Day was China's response to Valentine's Day for couples. It happens on November 11th. Ah, get it? Singles, nice. And their sales surpassed Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales combined. Oh, I'm learning so much stuff today. Thank you, Laurie. Appreciate that. King Collector. Diamond Select has some really good Lord of the Ring figures, but they're not coming out fast enough. So it means they won't go as deep as Toy Biz on the line. Toy Biz was, in those figures, like some of the like army builders work really well for like non-Lord of the Ring action too. Max Williams, I buy a taxi driver figure. Yes, another one. Raging Bull. I mean, just not so much Joker. Oh, you got it for 25. See that? Man, I can't believe people actually found Gene for 25. It's amazing. Michael Solis has been picking up Naruto 99 figures. Nice. Nice. Good deal. I can't wait for Simon Bass to come in. Really into building a collection of Green Lantern Corps members. Apparently, Walmart actually has him in now. One of my buddies who works at Walmart said that got questioned Simon in, I guess, is Superman is part of that wave too. Guy Gardner better be awesome. And he better have an alternate head sculpt. I'm not sure which one I want. Do I want black eye version or do I want like smiling JLI version with the Mo haircut, please? David Thanos. I'll even get a Meet the Parents figure to put with my neck of Golden Girls. There you go. Thank you for being a friend. Big Little Collectibles. What specifically did you not like about Joker? For me, I just didn't really care if Batman isn't involved. Batman isn't there. Is for me, I just don't really care if Batman isn't involved. If Batman isn't there, it's just a guy in a clown makeup. Joker is not a character I need his origin for. And I feel like that way with about 97% of villains. Joker should just be crazy. And, I mean, they could have had anybody fight him. Batgirl, Robin, and Nightwing. It's just Joker running wild doing his thing. Because it's like the regular Gotham police shouldn't apprehend him because he's that psychotic and dangerous. You need Batman or one of the Gotham vigilantes to bring him in. And in a story with no comeuppance for Joker made no sense to me. So, yeah, and it was so long. This is one of those movies like, we're going to win an Oscar for this. I can't stand those. Okay. It's that time now. A little bit later than I wanted to do. But, so yeah, here's the deal. A lot of people online are saying, hey, I heard from a friend who knows somebody else. The Hasbro's losing. They're going on sell mode. They're getting out of toys. They're getting rid of Marvel Legends. They're jumping Star Wars. It's a dying brand. And people were like, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds amazing. I'm like, whoa, why? Why would we ever want this? We've got so many Marvel Legends figures. Why would we want to have somebody else go through all the growing pains? The learning pains are inevitable online complaints. When we've got a company that has gotten through a lot of those growing pains. Look at the early edition Hasbro Marvel Legend figures, if you dare, and compare them to the figures we're getting now. Yes, they do still make mistakes, but yeah, another company that gets that license is going to have all kinds of problems starting out. Jada Toys is a popular, if Jada Toys could do it, that'd be great, but I just don't see it. People complain about Marvel Legends figures coming with an alternate head, a set of hands, and like a display piece that they've used already. That's what we're getting from Jada Toys to keep their Street Fighter figures affordable. If Marvel Legends or Marvel figures from them come with an alternate head and a small amount of accessories, I feel like they would get the same amount of complaints that Hasbro does when they're trying to recycle parts and throw in a Build-A-Figure piece for you too. So I'm opening it up to you all. If you were in charge, if you had the book, if you will, on Marvel Legends, how would you fix those problems? What would you do to make a line that was impervious to collector complaints? Everyone online would be thrilled. What would you do if you were in charge? How would you fix Marvel Legends? Now, Lawson was patient. He started posting at 7:48. I'm going to go with a few of his and let's get it going. How I'd fix Legends. Do more characters from Marvel comics that haven't been represented. More Hulk villains, more Thor and Doctor Strange characters. Finish off teams like Excalibur, Alpha Flight, and Inhumans Royal Family. Forget gimmicks like broken shields, finger articulation, and instead focus on improving quality across the board. Oh, also, give me some ideas in terms like Lawson. Definitely had it covered, but what kind of quality would you want to see improved exactly? Nick Fury said, what up, y'all? Legends has really advanced in the past few years. If they lost the license, who would be able to keep the same caliber starting over again? Exactly. And also, it is such like a tongue twister to me. Exaltis. I'll allow Hasbro to keep Marvel so long as they make the Bendis Star-Lord suit, not because I'm attached to the run it's from, but because my first exposure to Star-Lord was Lego Marvel Superheroes 1. That was who you were wearing in that? It's interesting. Nameless Boy 53. Marvel 53. Marvel Legends needs to fix those gummy bicep swivels. I stopped buying Marvel Legends because the arms on the regular figures always tear off after 2 months of posing them. Sheesh. Man, when were you getting those figures? And was it from a particularly gummy wave? Which figures were they? Which figures were they? Get your tents right. John W. says Marvel Legends needs to get rid of the waist swivel cut. Like this figure? or no way swivel. She's got the upper torso piece there. So they're working on it. Maybe not as fast as you want, but they're slowly getting rid of it with most figures or some figures. William Arun says, bigger classic abomination, please, and thank you. Yeah, he's due for a better one. All right, let's go. Let's see what everybody else is saying here. I saved those. Blake, true Jeff, I like the Dark Knight. How he has 7 different origin stories. Right, because he's a liar. Can't trust him. Undercover Colton. Sorry, I haven't been chatting. I got a new cat. He wants attention. Yes. Ryan, I had no interest in the new Absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman comics, but based on recommendations, I gave the first issues a shot, and they're really good. Yeah, they're like doing something different and not replacing the normal Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Just doing something different. And I'd recommend reading Absolute Batman #2. It was really fun this week too. Felix Guerrero. Hey, Jeff and crew. Better late than never. What's up, Felix? How are you? Mr. Jones. Yeah, looking back at some of those Return of Marvel Legend figures were rough. Yes. We're like, what are you doing? And it was like they kind of had Toy Biz in the building. Jesse Falcon's like, hey, here's what we used to do back in the day. And those figures were terrible. Jeffrey, on this topic, I have absolutely nothing to say. Max, are we talking about fixing Marvel Legends from the perspective of general casual consumers or hardcore collectors? I think those would have different answers. Whichever way you want to go, Max. I mean, I feel like a lot of us online are the hardcore collectors, and I feel like sometimes the complaints aren't realistic. Like some that I've seen, or every character needs to have an individual sculpt. I'm like, that's just not possible. Maybe a more realistic one is I want everybody to have a mold that makes sense for their, how they're commonly portrayed in the comic books. I think that one makes more sense than going, every character needs their own individual sculpt. Jada toys, the beloved Jada, Ryu and Ken use the same mold. That makes sense. Now, Fei Long does not. Chun-Li, of course, doesn't. So they have been doing different sculpts, but that's part of the reason why they get like 8 figures out a year. Would people be willing to wait? No. Spoiler. I'm going to answer my own question. Wait years and years and years to get a full lineup of Avengers because Jada is carefully constructing molds for each and every figure. Like Cyclops is slender. Colossus is big and brawny. Nightcrawler is slender, but not quite as slender as Cyclops. Or would it just make more sense? What Hasbro typically does is, these parts match up best. Let's use this mold for this character. So that's what I'm saying. Method of Madness, if Hasbro loses the Marvel Legends license, then I'm done. Gone far too deep in this rabbit hole to start over. Yes. And I feel like I was pretty close to that with DC, but I was getting a little bit discontented. I was a little bit kind of like, these figures, I'm enjoying them because I'm building up on the collection I started, but they really benefited from getting that thing going during the Toy Biz to Hasbro transition with Marvel Legends, and then we had more Marvel Universe figures coming. If Marvel Legends was rolling straight through when DC Classics started, I would have been like, yeah, these molds aren't great. Articulation's very limited compared to what we are getting currently from Marvel Legends. So when other companies started getting it, when Mattel started doing better versions, I was like, cool, I can start over and do a new DC line because DC Classics, they have a nice nostalgia spot, but they're not the end all be all that really my Marvel Legends collection is for Marvel figures. They've got really great articulation, so many characters, and I can't say that really about my DC Classics collection. Now I'm rolling out here with my McFarlane collection, and I'm surprised at how many figures that I have and how many I'm still lining up to buy. They're not going to touch DC Classics, I think, but they're really starting to make some nice headway. That said, I would probably get another DC line because as good as McFarlane is, as great as the Mafex comic figures are, I don't have that mass market line that rivals Marvel Legends, that can crank out 6 or 8 figures a wave 4 or 5 times a year. When we get that, then things would change all over again. But yeah. Laura, Jada Toys doesn't have the bandwidth to do a huge property like Marvel Comics figs. Say that louder for the people in the front and the back. Randall G says, mostly. My problem with Legends has been the gummy plastics used. That is so fair. I would use the Four Horsemen to do a wave like they did when DC Classics was awesome. I mean, didn't they do it the whole way through? Chamberlain. The bandwagon that these oddball toy collectors and YouTubers jump on never cease to amaze me. Yeah, Hasbro, get rid of the license so someone else can start all over with Spidey and Cap and put out all the figures we have all over again. Right. I mean, like, and the thing is, we actually have different companies making Marvel figures. So if you wanted, you could say no more Marvel Legends. I'm done with Hasbro. I'll just get everything that Marvel Select puts out. You're not getting them as fast, but they're putting out figures. Mayfex puts out really solid Marvel figures. Daredevil and Captain America. I assume we're going to be on a lot of people's top 10, top 5 figures of the year list. That Jubilee looks really sweet. So there you go. I mean, you can pay more and you get what you pay for. But to assume that another company is going to do a $25, $27 line like Marvel Legends and do it better, I just don't even see it. Here we go. Undercover Colton. Get feedback from toy YouTubers. Green and Yellow Banshee. Joking. Finished teams. Yes. And I would add a little bit to what you said. Don't start a team without the intention to get it completed within 2, at absolute max 3 years. We're still waiting on more members of the Thunderbolts, and it felt like, cool, we've got Mach 1, we've got Citizen V, we've got Songbird. It's not that massive a team, but we're still waiting on the rest of the squad. So yes, try to make characters people want while also making sure the essentials are on shelves. Totally agree with that too. And I think they're doing a better job. I mean, the Secret Wars wave is basically, hey, anyone who missed out on Captain America, Wolverine, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Iron Man, here's another crack at them. I feel like the wave's a little bit messed up on that because it's not like they can't get another crack at Spider-Man, but whatever. Titania at least is solid, barring the don't look at her chest. Her eyes are up here, Val. Marquise Denas says, giving all the Marvel Legend figures the same articulation scheme as a Power Rangers Lightning collection. You know, it's funny because I feel like there were a lot of complaints, or a lot online, because you know the echo chamber of online, that people weren't feeling that articulation scheme. I have Lightning collection figures. You can see them right there. I like them, but I almost feel like in a lot of cases, some of the better Marvel Legends figures have equal or better. What kind of articulation setup would you like to see that was used in the Lightning collection? G-Brew. Excuse me. There's absolutely no way to prevent fans from complaining. It is what we're the best at. Complaining is our specialty. Blake, better paint apps, the way they do faces, more sculpted, raised costume details. Yes, that would be. And for your deal, like the Warbird Jean Grey, you have the parts that are sculpted already. Just use those parts on figures as opposed to, we'll catch it in paint. We'll sculpt the parts in paint, or basically the figure equivalent of we'll do it in post-production. But yeah, I'm with you. Ryan going uncensored. Marquise Denas says the Lightning collection still has the best articulation of all their lines. They do have really nice butterfly shoulders, double jointed elbows. Although some cases the glove kind of renders that double jointed elbow kind of moot. Big Little Collectibles. I wouldn't mind seeing Mattel getting the Star Wars license. From the few WWE figures I own, I'm really impressed. Wouldn't mind seeing them with the Star Wars license. So I was talking to a dear friend earlier, And I might just have one more top 50 to put together for Star Wars Black Series. I feel like in the last few years, despite my griping of, oh my gosh, this is taking so long and not everything's iconic, they've actually done some really good work in terms of knocking out essential characters from the prequels. They really did solid work with Phantom Menace, a movie that had been neglected for so long. We got that 3-pack coming. We got a Padme. We got a young Anakin. We got that really cool Jar Jar Binks. So we have most of the core players. Could they do some more? Of course, but they've done that. There's still some more work to be done on Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith. That was too fast. Revenge of the Sith, too fast. Still has a lot of figures that they could do. Clone Wars, yes, but I think 50 would really knock out a lot of my figure wants. At this point, it's amassing a battle droid and super battle droid and droid to call army, but they really have stepped up. They've done really good work with army builders, so I can build out a massive clone army. So I don't know. That's one I can't see starting over either, because I think Hasbro is taking a while, but they're really getting it done now. Gummy plastic joints are easily stressed. This is true, Lawson. Randall, Marvel would for one or two places. Mattel has made superhero figures, or McFarlane if they lose the DC license. Well, McFarlane's license with DC goes through 2025, so more speculation for the rumor mongers out there. Lawson, I'm pretty tired of flying characters not being able to look upward. Really limits the flying poses. It does. Yeah, I mean, what is it? The neck joint not having enough range, the torso not giving enough bend. Rick Cage can't please all the people all the time. Maybe Thanos had the right idea. There we go. That was a little bit better. Marquise did not make the Marvel Legends females busting Kirby again. It's weird how that old Warbird is like, yeah, okay, and Spider-Woman, they don't all need to look like that. But the characters that do just need to look like that. Harry G, if Hasbro lost the Marvel license, no way I would be all in. Hasbro collection is just too deep. Only way if whoever did the license did something crazy and just blew me away. And it's like, they would not try to be like, how do we make it compatible with Marvel Legends? That's the thing. They would not do that. They would want you to buy all those characters that Marvel Legends did from them. Stickman. My main complaint with Marvel Legends is the boot cuffs on non-booted characters. I hate Silver Surfer's cut shins. That's fair. I think that might have to just be an articulation thing and an assembly thing. So I don't know if they would fix that. But yeah, it does look a little weird on those plain bodies like that. King Collector says, yeah, why would anyone want Hasbro to lose? My Marvel Legend figures are good enough quality to me, and they're on pace to put out more figures than Toy Biz. I'm sure they put out more than Toy Biz at this point. They've had it longer, which is crazy to think. Just in terms of sheer number, they've done some of those figures that Toy Biz did multiple times. There still are some figures that Toy Biz has done that we haven't gotten from Hasbro, but I feel like they're just a few more. But Hasbro's done a lot more than Toy Biz did to animated though she may be. We never got a Toy Biz Goblin Queen. Snake Eye says, do you know the irony of if Hasbro lost the license of Marvel Legends? It's going to take years for somebody to pick up the license, do figures. And so, well, I don't think it's going to take years. I think someone would take it right away. But would it be enough to get people to buy and invest all over again? I don't know. Nautical Blue 23 BTV. Do you think we'll get a Marvel Aliens line? I don't know. That seems like something that NECA would do more. But I feel like that would be something really cool. Like Aliens, like Marvel. So that would be fun. I just don't know if they would do that. They don't do enough of the video games. And they don't really seem to be that invested in what they do with the comic books. I mean, occasionally we'll get some random, oh, this guy's appearing in the comic book right now, but probably not. Big Little Collectibles. I don't have a problem with Legends though. There's something I like to see, but overall, I always feel like I get a good value for the money I spent. Right. And right now, the only figure line that's mass market is cheaper is the WWE from Mattel. And they're $22.99. And gotta assume at some point they're gonna catch up to everyone else. Jada, I guess McFarlane's still $22.99, but some figures are 24. Jada Classified series, which we all love. Transformers, and their prices vary all over the place depending on the scale of figure. So I think it's fair still. Burnished brass. What's up? Hasbro needs to stop making Daredevil look malnourished and use a Vulcan butt for Daredevil. Yeah, it's weird how small that one looks compared to the Mafex version. I'm like, whoa. But I really love that shading version they have with him and Hydro Man. Like, that's how I want my Daredevil figure. But I don't know. It's like he does seem a little bit too small. David Thanos. I would make where each wave would have 5 or 6 figures and finish the teams within 2 waves. That's aggressive. I really would like them to and utilize the box, the 2-packs formats to get teams done faster. You don't have to tie up a wave for it. Just get them done. Like we're getting these rumors about an X Factor Cyclops in blue and yellow. We don't have any other member of X Factor. And I know, yeah, we don't really need an Iceman because he's covered. We got Archangel, but we need a better version of Archangel because he's on the Bucky Cat mold. And excuse me, when Toy Biz did it, we got a really small Stripe version, X Factor version 2 Cyclops, and we did have a Beast. We had an Archangel, and we had an Iceman. But if I get an X Factor, I need my red and yellow to match Jean Grey. I want a brown and yellow Beast. And then give me the rest of them in the original outfits. I mean, I don't think that's that hard. And we've got a great mold for Angel, which is just easily ready and begging to be repainted so many times. So I don't know why they won't do it. You go broke trying to do separate individual molds for every single character. And the amount of time it will take for turnaround, forget it. Exactly, Austin. Felix, I definitely don't think Jada can do Marvel Legends. Just too many characters. Todd Father can handle it, but I don't know if I want that. Oh gosh, can you imagine? People lose their minds over McFarlane doing DC, and I think it'd be way worse if he got the Marvel license. Marquis says, I really hope Hasbro picks up the DC license and starts up a DC Legends line. With Marvel, I feel like I have most of the figures I need, with the exception of a Mandarin or Punisher van. Yeah. I almost envy you because it's like there's so many more figures I want. Maybe I need to do a new video with my essential top 50. Which I feel like it's still using a lot of names. But yeah, there's still too many I want. And I need Hasbro to keep them going for 3 or 4 years to make that sizable kind of dent where I feel like, okay, now if you decided to stop, I guess you could. I'd still buy more figures, but yeah. My DC Classics line, for example, has so many holes. I kind of look at it like, wish you guys had focused more and did less gimmick. Here's the moment comic book characters when there are classic teams they could have finished within that same span of time. DJ Jedi. I fixed Marvel Legends by having every Spider-Man figure include a minimum of 7 hands, 2 fists, 2 crawlers, and 1 pointer so I can recreate the meme. Well, they're supposed to be doing an Ultimate Spider-Man figure, which I would assume would have all this stuff in here. So there you go. Here, G, you see how Disney mandates what Hasbro does? Just imagine if Jada had the Marvel license being 100 times smaller than Hasbro. Right. Vintage Bob. One of the main things I would do to improve Marvel Legends is to create more of the characters fans are demanding, especially ones needed to complete teams, while cutting down on endless variants of the ones. Oh, you're not talking about the bloodline. We don't like the endless variants of Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, Deadpool. But for that newer collector, they want to get the main big time characters. And like it really hurts a wave like the Secret Wars wave where it's like, dude, just do like 2 of them and not half the wave. I think that's where I was going. Like the balance is just totally out of whack, but they're essential to keep more people invested in buying Marvel Legends. And I get that. That's just part of how it is and whatever. I appreciate when they don't include a builder figure part with yet the 13th variant of these figures. Like for me, I still need a better Thor figure. So, you know, and they do improve those figures a lot of times, but yeah, it's a tricky deal and a tricky situation. But I am with you for sure. They need to complete teams they start because I'm not sitting here going, well, you guys need to finish up the West Coast Avengers. I mean, you wanted to be technical. We got a Hawkeye, we got a Mockingbird, but you know, if they give us a Big Bertha or Impossible Man, no, Mr. Invincible, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Or Flat Man. Then I kind of be like, all right, y'all need to finish the team. So there's a bunch of teams that started. They need to finish up. However long it takes. But I mean, 2 years, I think is fair. Gilgamesh. Speaking of Avengers we haven't gotten, for me, I just want some characters from Moon Knight's comics to get made. He's my favorite character. And they never do any of the supporting characters. Who would be viable characters in Moon Knight's supporting cast? Because I don't know them. Who would be good and who would make sense to actually get put out at retail or even Pulse? What you talking about, Jeffrey? McFarlane still can't do Superman without cuffs on the sleeves. True. Seriously, love Nightfall Batman with the shadows, Flashpoint Flash, Digital Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. Yeah. He has some winners in the line. It's just summer, not. Fortunately, he keeps cranking out enough stuff that he'll get it right eventually. Alan, close up. There's a Medusa custom with wire hair on the internet that looks amazing. This proves flexible, fully posable hair can be achieved with long hair characters. But is that a custom? And if so, are they selling that custom figure? And if so, what's the price? Is it 25? Is it 45? Is it 55? What would be the price that you would pay for that kind of Medusa custom before you go, that's crazy? Before like that Robert De Niro Joker set, that was 250. We're all like, whoa, that's crazy. Because I feel like most customizers don't put in all that work to give it away. And I mean, if I saw a really great custom for $25, I'd go, well, something sounds a little shady here. And Hasbro can't do that. A customizer who can take as long as they want to do it and make it look good for them, not for the world, not to put it out for everybody. I don't know. I think it's like, well, I've seen some really great customs. I've seen some amazing Goblin Queen customs, but I know that's just not the reality to actually get that kind of effort and work for every figure. Lefty Lines, BK, what's up? Good evening, Loud Figure Files, Movie Files crew. Late to the show. Hope all is well with everyone this week. Doing good, Lefty. How are you? Jam says Vintage Bob. A new company wouldn't need to start all over. They can keep the figures in the same scale and style and just pick up where Hasbro left off. Let me see if I can pull this up really quickly for you. There you go. Yeah, I did that. Let me see how quickly. Oh, this is great. Let's see if this image will work and show up on its own so I can give you a really good example. All right, perfect. So, VB, here is what we got. This is different versions, different companies doing Bret Hitman Hart figures. My dude, Bret the Hitman Hart. The LJN first one. Hasbro did their own different style, even though a lot of collectors back in the day had those LJN figures. When Jax took over the line, they gave us these kind of balloon proportion figures. When Mattel got it, they did their own version. Now, you can put some of your Jax figures and some of your Mattel figures together and they look okay-ish. But the goal of these companies is to get you to buy their respective version of those figures. They're not going to go, let's make it convenient for everybody. Let's miss out on all that money from the Captain America, Wolverines, X-Force, X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Avengers, because another company's already done it. They are not doing that. They want their versions out there so people buy their versions. There's a reason why Mayfex hasn't done Stingray. They haven't done Jack of Hearts or Mantis. The rest of the DNA Guardians of the Galaxy, they're doing Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Wolverine, Magneto, Cyclops. They don't care if Hasbro's doing them. They're like, yo, we know we do a pretty good figure, and people will buy our versions of them, regardless if they have 18 different Marvel Legend Captain America figures. And that's why another company would never go, let's make it compatible with the other line. Lost it. More like, here's another crack at Cap with an incomplete shield. What's up, Robert? How are you? Glad to see you, my friend. Max, I'd like to see Marvel Legends try to do more super artist specific stuff like a Jack Kirby thing that looks exactly like his art. I mean, got a whole box set of the Fantastic Four if you're doing thing. But yeah, I think that would be cool. Toy Biz was doing that. I'd love to see Marvel Legends from Hasbro do that as well. Burnish Brass. Hasbro should do classic X-Force figures like Gideon and Weapon X and GW Bridge. Yes, I take all three of those too. DJ Jedi. The early Lightning Collection figs had way better articulation than the later ones. Borderline import quality at a retail price point. They're like so close that I can just pull them out. Ah, boy. Lawson. I love it if we got a neutral expression head and one expressive head. That way my tarantula figure didn't have to look like he who smelt it dealt it face. That's true. That would be something that would be nice. Marquise, the Taurus articulation on the Lightning Collection figures is amazing. I'm ignorant on the technical terms for all the cuts and joints. Me too. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm saying the right body part. But yes, I'm with you. Some of those joints are really fun and cool to pose and all that good stuff. Vintage Bobbin actually hire a QC team so we wouldn't get any more characters whose hands are too open to hold their weapons. Fire Lord, Whiplash, Psycho Man, etc. And no missing weapons. Bullseye. What was Bullseye missing? I think that might be a factory thing, not so much a QC deal. I'm with you that we shouldn't have the characters holding a spear or a staff and it's like whoop all the time. Gambit's one for sure. Another one you could add on there. Randall G says, always wanted Marvel or DC to do what Mattel did with WWE, where you have a basic line and an elite line with the basic serving figures that people want but can't afford for $11.99, fitting with elite. I think that would be a great way for them to get civilians out there. But yeah, that would be a fun way to do it. I feel like they were doing those Titan heroes for kids, so maybe that was their thought. Michael Solis. I would cut back on the line, probably like 25%, raise the quality control up, especially on the boxes. What's the deal with the boxes? Laura A. Don't know why Marvel Legends don't reuse the better molds. Example, Black Widow, Shriek, Final Swing Spider-Man. Oh, actually, I do know. It probably costs a few pennies more, but multiplied, it's money left on table. I feel like we're getting a lot of figures on this Black Widow mold. We're getting Dark Avengers, Warbird, Jean Grey. What else? I feel like there's another one that I'm missing, but I think they're trying to work that in there a lot. Shriek, didn't Wasp use that mold too? Final Swing Spider-Man. I don't know about that one though. How about a Monsieur Mala and the Brain Dude? We do have those figures. We just have them from Mattel. They're really fun figures. Making sure I spell his name right. But they were really good. Let me see here if I can find that picture for you really fast. Yes, there we go. Yeah, we go to Jay. Come see toys with his picture of him. I mean, Mr. Mala actually has a beret too. I don't know if it's raspberry, but it's certainly red. There you go. So we did get those figures and they were fun. Mr. Mala didn't have a lot of articulation, but I mean, so guns holding gorilla or ape, and we got a brain. They were fun. Ryan. I think we all agree Marvel Legends could use a credit collection subline, and some hologram figures wouldn't hurt. Just tip of the hat to the perfect trolling on that one, my friend. Randall G says, according to Bobby Vala's show, the main reason they may lose a license is not because of the quality, but because of the cost of the license. I don't think Hasbro's worried about the cost of the quality. Most Disney properties that Hasbro have left recently. Oh, which ones? Which ones are those? Maurice, doubtful that anyone go for all the deep cuts we've gotten from Marvel Legends over the years. The main characters, yes. The more niche characters, nah. Right. What Marvel Legend figures are you seeing warped in packages? Because I feel like they put them pretty neutral in there. It's not like they're doing cool poses, especially like Marvel. Blake, I wonder if the fans of Toy Biz Marvel Legends thought the same thing. How can Hasbro do better? Am I going to collect all these same figures? I can tell you. Well, I mean, what they did that was smart. They didn't do re-releases of Captain America and Thor and Iron Man. They did the figures that we were still missing. They did a Yellow Jacket, Quicksilver, Hercules, Black Knight. They weren't just redoing the figures, so it felt like a continuation. It's just those figures were so bad that fans, the collectors, were not buying them. They're like, these are really bad, to the point where Hasbro was like, okay, they're bad. You got us. We need to do this over again. And it took a long time before they were doing Marvel Legends. They got those Marvel Universe figures because that's what they knew. Because this is before they were doing 6-inch figures with G.I. Joe, Star Wars, anything else. It was we're home to the 3.75-inch figures. And those were really good. Really good. The Marvel Universe line was awesome. And then they got more of that groundswell from people going, well, these are good. Can't you just do this in 6-inch scale? And so they tried it again and they got better and they kept working a little bit more, doing more 2-packs and doing more stuff where it's like, yes, do it like this. And they finally cracked the code, coincidentally, right around the time the Avengers started getting big in the box office. And they were able to use those films as their, launch pad to doing Marvel Legends 6-inch scale, better sculpting, better paint jobs, because those original Hasbro Marvel Legend figures didn't have like a fraction of the paint that we were seeing regularly with the washes that Toy Biz was doing. It was like, what is this? But it was a totally different animal because Hasbro kind of was filling in some gaps. And then enough time had passed before they started all over again, where it was enough people had probably not collected Toy Biz's Marvel Legends where they could start, and of course, with the MCU providing more interest, way more interest in those properties, those characters. It's like the perfect storm for them to do it all over again. Gilgamesh. Hasbro lost the license. I think McFarlane will be the one to get it next. He's doing statues for them now. He said he wanted to do Marvel figures several times. Sure he does. Henry G. I'm not saying Jada or whoever wouldn't do a good job. I'm just saying Hasbro has just been going too long. Not a lot of peeps are willing to start all over after 20 plus years of Hasbro Marvel Legends. Right. Exactly. That's the whole thing. Michael Solis would make 6 to 8 solid molds that I could reuse over and over again with minor tooling to save costs. But that's what they do now, right? I mean, they had that Bucky Cap mold that they used over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now they replace it with the Vulcan mold, which we're seeing them use quite often. It's a good buck, so no issues there. They've got their new versions for female figures. They've got the Shriek mold. They've got the Black Widow mold. So they're reusing that a lot. And then we're still seeing the original unique ones as needed with She-Hulk, who's a really great figure. So, I mean, I think they're doing that. Lefty. I've been collecting since 2019. What was the feeling vibe like in collecting circles when Marvel transitioned from Toy Biz to Hasbro? There was a lot of disappointment because Toy Biz had done. I mean, Toy Biz they had the Marvel license for so long They were doing their own 5-inch scale, and then they upscale to 6-inch scale. So a lot of Toy Biz collectors were like, well, I'll just go ahead and do this. And they knew we weren't going to get all those fringe characters we got from the X-Men line in Marvel Legends. But a big thing was people wanted more articulation. And so when we got those Marvel Legends with hyper articulation for Toy Biz, it was like, great. And then, of course, like I just said, Hasbro was like, cool, we'll just pick up where you left off. They used the same molds. So it was really a thing of, here you go. We're just continuing what you've already got. They were so bad, they had to scrap it and do it all over again. And that issue, because when people heard we're going to get these characters, like, cool. And then when we saw those characters, it was like, well, this is terrible. You got to start all over again. So that's kind of what happened there. Michael Solis says, I'd only make special figures for cons or special events that were hard to get and would only re-release with different colors. Figures got really good buzz. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Kwame Taylor, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. I really appreciate it, my man. I missed the last few live streams. Happy I'm catching this one. Thank you. I'm glad to always hear from you, my friend. And thank you so much for the super chat. Dark Knight 297 says, a dumbbell joint at the waist like classified with ab crunch, ball, peg, torso combo should be the standard Marvel Legend figures. I think we're starting to see a lot more of that. Like, the fact that they did it with Giant Man was pretty cool. So, yeah. Vin Doom, my problem with the Legends line is I can't or hardly see new figures in my stores. Can they evenly distribute across the U.S.? Sometimes I don't want to buy from Amazon. Oh, what about Entertainment Earth or GameStop or even Best Buy? It's crazy. I think I've answered your question, Vintage Bob, but Laurie also said a new company taking over the license wouldn't be dumb enough to just pick up where Marvel Legends left off. The company will want to make money back, and that's to do the biggest sellers. So they can simply do what Hasbro's already doing. Lots of remakes of the same top selling characters and pick up with new ones. I really don't understand this complaint. People don't want to spend, because I'm trying to think of another line that has lasted as long as Marvel Legends and blanking. There isn't one. Star Wars is still doing Vintage Collection, or Hasbro's still doing a Vintage Collection. I don't think if another company were to get the Star Wars license and to do 3.75-inch figures, people would go, I'll just buy the top selling ones and do the ones that Hasbro didn't do. I will buy their Millennium Falcon because we didn't get that from Hasbro. I'll buy their version of the Ghost, all the Mandalorian stuff. People wouldn't do that. They'd go, no, I'm good. I've got this collection. And if Hasbro doesn't do any more, then I'm out. I'm good. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Blake, yeah, a new company could absolutely dive in and fill all the gaps, and then they could throw in their version of classic characters like Spidey, Cat, Wolverine, etc. And before you know it, you've replaced all of your Hasbro Marvel Legends. I don't know. There's so many. We'll see. King of Collector, maybe. But Toy Biz put out a lot of comic figures, Marvel Legends, Spider-Man Classics, and all those other smaller figure lines. My first Toy Biz Spider-Man had the section cuts on the hands, and Hulk had the Benny bar. Same. Wow, that's cool. Rick Cage says, an OS needs updating, not figures. I will always love my DCUC because of that. Mattel to McFarlane is the current example. Todd makes odd choices, Beatles, goggles, etc. Method to Madness. Imagine if Todd had Power Rangers license. We'd have hundreds of JDF and Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures and neglect completing the other 30 plus teams. Worse than Hasbro. Finish Bob. Jeffrey, if Hasbro had any common sense, I think that's some common sense. They would simply keep all the major characters in stock, the same way Mego used to. I mean, they're doing the refreshing, so I guess it's the same thing. It's just kind of a here's some new packaging. I think it's because Target, Walmart, their retail partners want those figures. They just don't want the same exact packaging because Johnny didn't remember. Oh, did we just buy that figure? So if it's a new packaging, oh, okay, yeah, we got to get this. That's probably why. 13 times PK. Also, why is it that some Marvel Legend collectors get upset when a character is announced in a wave and they say it's a wasted slot space in the wave? I think it's always that thing of I want what I want and I don't care what anybody else wants. And it's like that seesaw. I mean, give some for you all and some for me. I feel like the worst example was the Mattel DC Classics line, where it felt like the end was near, and Toy Guru was like, okay, before this goes to an online model, I want all the figures, all the characters I want made in figure form. And if you guys want something cool like a hook hand Aquaman, you're going to have to go online for it. It's wild to me. But yeah, that's why. Maurice, the hair articulation on the alloy figure from Spin Master is pretty cool. Nice. Harry G. But the answer to nice question. Hasbro needs to do more sculpted detail, integrate some soft goods here and there, at least capes. Follow the Marvel height chart more accurately. Gorger 12. Build anticipation by announcing a theme or themes for the year. Cap the year off with a centerpiece. Sentinel with X-Men and Cosmic with Galactus was great. It's a great idea. I like that a lot. Hold on, let me go back here. All right. Vintage Bob says, well, what I mean is that every year or two, they can simply re-release major characters, the same way they did with Kingpin and others. Jamlin says, sure, but that's not what would happen. That's what collectors would want. But trust me, no competitive company will do that. Jay Woods, it would benefit Marvel Legends tremendously if they had a brand manager steeped in Marvel lore. Yeah, I feel like they know some of it, but it's hard, I think, for someone who can design and do all the other behind the scenes stuff that we have no idea about. I mean, like, it'd be awesome if they were to like hire me. Hey, dude, we'll pay you a full salary, and all you have to do is tell us if we've got the right costume, which one collectors will want. But there's a lot more that goes into this than why don't they do this character in this costume? Now, I think a consultant would be awesome. My hours are what? 9 and 5. But I don't know. I feel like they could use some consultants. That's where they need freelance consultants, not necessarily a brand manager, because the brand manager needs to take care of everything that we don't know about. Where's the Toy Biz Bret Hart? Well, they released their Howard Stern. Yeah, that'd be fun. Jamlin says, Vintage Bob, I've worked in the toy industry, and that isn't their mindset. Randall G, we'll never get an Atlas the size of Giant Man, unless it's a HasLab that will fail. No, I think they can do that, put him through this non-HasLab setup where you pay $100 for him, just like Dragon Man, and get him that way. King Collector, that WWE Deluxe figure line was really my favorite, but no one ever shows them any love. You're talking about the Deluxe Ruthless Aggression style figures or Deluxe Classics or their fishing moves? Had so many figures from Jags, and I restarted my collection so many times with them that it was just out of control. Let's see here. I'm pulling up these figures properly. Oh, well, here's one on Amazon, no less. This makes sense. I'll go with this guy because I'm sure everyone has him in their collection. But yeah, it was they did a lot of weird stuff. That's why it was a lot easier to just go, I'm selling the Jacks because I don't need a Rey Mysterio the same height as Undertaker. It's not working for whatever reason. So let me just do this. Is this the line you're talking about, the Deluxe Aggression, where we're getting a Sean Davari and an MVP? Let's see, let's pull this MVP here. Looking at these figures, they look bad now. I mean, I was like, yeah, I gotta get all these because they have more articulation than the regular ones. But yeah, Shawn Michaels, $75. It's weird. Chris Jericho. I mean, yeah, it was something. It was. I think the main thing was, oh, great, they can do more moves. So yes. Laura, it's not just the biggest sellers that you mentioned that sell, let's say 20 times as much, but then the popular teams that sell 5 times and the variants that sell double over new unproven figures. Right. And at least with Hasbro, they'll try to sprinkle in some unproven figures, Serpent Society. And it just kind of work it in there, like, okay, here you go. Lawson. I still want the original X-Men. Yes. And the original New Mutants. Can't believe we haven't gotten them. Yes. Crystal on the Black Widow mold. Is she? I don't know which one she's on. Don't have her yet. Vintage Bob, we really need a new Enchantress on a better mold, and I hope they release her as a 2-pack with a classic Executioner. Me too. Joseph, what's up? Marvel Legends, Blue Marvel, and Luke Cage. What about Luke Cage? You not liking the Luke Cage we have? King of Lighter. I got to go back and get that Mala DC Universe figure. Thanks for reminding me how awesome he was. He should be cheap on eBay now. I hope so for your sake. Bobo, rumor from a disgruntled employee should be taken seriously. Listen, I'm not even blinking, but yes. I'm like, okay. He's our fountain of information on here. Michael Solis says the reason we need to fix the boxes is to make sure more people become inbox collectors. People who buy 2 figures. Lawson. Older Marvel Legend figures like the original Magic figure with the pins came with warped legs. However, the new pinless Magic figure that I got has perfectly straight legs and package. Nice. Gilgamesh. So is Hasbro possibly moving their headquarters to Boston? The reason people think they're not keeping the license? I don't know. I think there's just a lot of speculation, and of course, rumors can run amok before the truth comes out to stop him. Laura A says, Finish Bob, fans demanded classic X-Men designs. Hasbro made 2 3-packs and they ended up overstocked, and I'll price them at some folks' ollies. You're overestimating demand, and they did too. Randall G. Target just put Odin on sale for $37.49. Henry G says, hit that like button. Thank you. Kwame, I'm pretty happy with Legends these days. My only change will be completing these teams. Yes, that is key. Because you don't want, whenever Hasbro doesn't have this license anymore, to look at incomplete teams where it's like, yeah, it was really cool to get this real niche figure, but it would have been better to have a Feral to complete X-Force or a Hound Rachel to complete Excalibur. Mr. Jones, speaking of Power Rangers, what are the chances that Playmates offerings will scale with the Lightning Collection? See, the thing is, even if they're on a 6-inch scale, they might make their figures a little bit wider, a little bit taller, so they don't quite match up. Because again, it doesn't do any other company a favor or encourage people to buy their figures if they're exactly a match for what came before. The only time where that made sense was when we had that line. Gosh, geez, it was a RH line, and they were like kind of right around the time when Mattel was getting some steam, and the company was like, well, we're gonna make our figures based on the Jax because most collectors have figures from the Jax line. Now, of course, way more collectors have figures based on the WWE Elite setup that Mattel does. So when you try to do that old line, you're gonna get phased out at some point. But with Playmates, they should just create their own scale form and call it a day. Kwame, maybe Marvel Legends can separate their comic line and their movie lines. I don't like them working with the same budget. It's worked out pretty well for us so far this year. Vendom Jeff, the Denver market sucks for any stores. GameStop, Target, Walmart, etc. They'll ship one Warbird or one question in one store and you'll never see it again. Kaiser Sose. Gilgamesh. I do wish Legends, Black Series, and Classified parts were more interchangeable. I like to make things like a Wolverine Stormtrooper or a Luke Iron Man. We can make a selfie series version of Luke, I suppose. Randall, I wonder how many people who collected all the WWE Jax figures, who collected all WWE Mattel figures. There's just so many variations of the superstars of the version they already had. That was me. I had a ton of Jax figures. But like I said, with Jax, they changed up the scale so often. They did the Bone Crushers. I had a lot of them. Then they did the R3 tech where they were like, we're going to do figures, new molds for everybody. And that lasted for like 1 or 2 series. Then they did the Ruthless Aggression. Then they did the Deluxe Aggression. So they had done a lot. Then they did finishing moves. So they had a ton of waves and a ton of different figures within there. So it was really easy to pull the plug because I had done it so often with the WWE figures that Jax had done. So it was like, okay, just like I've been upgrading different Jax figures, I'll upgrade to these better Mattel ones. And it stopped being a contest really early on, especially when Mattel, and this helped them a lot because for their Legends line, they had stuff that Jax never got. They had a Macho Man Randy Savage, which gave them a major win because with all the figures we got from Jax, we never got a Macho Man. Never got a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from them. They gave us the Von Erichs. That was cool. Who else was it like early on where it's like, oh man, they're serious about this? Of course, I'm blanking right now, but those 4 were really major. So, I mean, all those great Jax figures we had over the years, we never had a Macho Man to fight them. So it was really easy. Well, since they're giving us a Macho Man, I guess I'm going to go on mosey on down here. So yeah, that was a long-winded answer to your question, but yes. Brandon Brash. Tom McFarlane should do Thunder of the Barbarian line and Herculoids and Space Ghost. And don't forget Birdman. This is a license that I think Jada Toys should go after quickly. Thundar needed a lot of characters, and Herculoids and Space Ghost, they could knock them out in their time frame that they're doing Street Fighter, and people wouldn't be upset and complain. I think that's a perfect one for them. What are my business hours? Exactly, Lefty. Slasher Con. Still have my Deluxe Undertaker from back in the day. The Deluxe Aggression one. There's a little collectibles. Things are rolling with us, man. Give us an Exterminators pack and the OG X Factor and there's Civilian Mutant Hunter disguise. We're on the same page, man. Oops. Sorry. It's my alarm. King of Thunder. Yeah. Deluxe Aggression. The Hescos were great. And I still use those bodies for custom figures. Yeah. Randall G. That is how I felt when Mattel lost the DC license. They never finished the last wave announced. We never got the Outsiders, Earth 2 Robin, Huntress, missing new gods. Frustrated. Yes. I mean, their Titans were just a mess. Randall G. But Jax gave us a Rock and Roll Express and a Co-op and a Midnight Express. Don't forget them. They gave us, well, at that time, 3 of the 3 Freebirds, but Mattel's catching up. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're in better shape with Mattel. There's still some more that Jax gave us, but Mattel's closing that gap now. I thought the topic was Marvel Legend figures. We go back and fix. I reckon. Oh, that part with Luke Cage. Yes, the arm deal was not great. They definitely should have fixed that. Okay, I think covered everything in the chat. I gotta take my medicine, so good time to wrap up. But this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with me on a Thursday. I'm really hoping to do a massive unboxing of that Dragonfly tomorrow. So look forward soon. I'm looking forward to opening it up. I hope you all have a great weekend. Find a lot of good figures. And I'll be back here with the guys for Lyle's Movie Files Wednesday, 8:05. We're probably going to do another watch along the following weekend. Get you ready and the hype build up for Thanksgiving. And of course, I'll be back on here next Thursday for a live. If anything crazy, wild, or just so groundbreaking that I need to do a video before then, I will do that. So stay tuned. Of course, if there are any pre-order links, I will post them. And it's a great big help to the channel when you use those affiliate links. So thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Thursday night. Hopefully you have a good weekend and enjoy whatever's left of this game. For now, this episode of the House Figure Files has been filed.